welcome to the first news video of 2024. I can promise you it's better than 2023 by a long shot. I'll tell you exactly why here real quick, but it's a pleasure to be here in 2024 looking at what's coming up, what's here right now, what's going on in the tabletop board game space. I'm excited to share. All right, now this is kind of a weird update for a few reasons. First of all, I've been gone for a little bit, so I'm going to give you a little bit of update on kind of how I've been trying to, just come into 2024 as strong as possible for you guys. But then also, this is kind of a weird time in the tabletop gaming space, especially on Kickstarter, Backer Kit, GameFound. We got a little bit of everything here. So there's stuff coming up here very, very soon I want to let you guys know about. There's stuff actually here right now I don't want you guys to forget. And of course, there's a huge amount of stuff coming up that I'll tease at the end. Now, it has been a while since I've done one of these videos, so I'm glad to be back, first of all. I hope that you've been well. Hope you had a great holiday season. I hope you are well rested and already started or ready to tackle 2024. It's been a doozy over here. I've been pretty busy doing a few things. I'll share those in a moment. Before I do that, though, I do want to give a shout out to all of you guys, to my sponsors, to my supporters, because I was able to actually kind of take a bit of a break from YouTube. And not every creator can do that because it doesn't please the AI algorithm god that actually shows our videos to people. But I know you guys look for news videos. I know you guys continue to support the channel, and it allows me to actually spend some time with my family, something a lot of YouTubers don't really get to do because the hustle, the grind never ends. So thank you so much for your support. And that comes in a variety of ways. For instance, today's sponsor is Into the AM, and your guys' support of them helps this channel out, and you get some great shirts. I have a huge amount of new shirts. Here's one right now. And I'm going to be wearing the other ones throughout the next few videos. So you guys are going to see quite a few. This is actually, by the way, a large. I normally get a medium. The large, as you can see, fits just fine as well. It's actually great because just the shape of the shirt itself, how it's actually knit together, perfect. And of course, it fits great. It feels great. It's awesome. They have a sale on their best sellers, which is awesome. I'll leave you in the link in the description below to check that out, plus 10% off using the code down there. So you get an additional 10% off by using my code. Again, save yourself some money, get some cool shirts, and support the channel, of course. But what I really wanted, and I mean, again, they have a wide variety of things. You guys know that. I wanted to show a few of the new things, though, just because I think they are on point right now with the variety. For instance, I really, really, really like the Cosmic Camp Tee. I think an astronaut camping is like, there's a weird dichotomy there, right? Where it's like sci-fi, but then, like holistic nature, and it's awesome. I actually got the skeletal beats. I'll be showing that off here soon. Now, all you audiophiles probably like the Galactic Grooves tee. This is a great shirt if you're ready for summer. This Tangerine Tides 2 looks fantastic. There's a lot of stuff here, guys. Go and check them out in the link in the description below, of course, and save yourself an additional 10% off anything you order from their entire site. You're welcome. It's a great code. Use it. And again, thank you Into the AM for supporting. Okay, moving on from that, I wanted to give you a quick update on the 2024 fundraiser, if you didn't know. And there's going to be another channel fundraiser, not my channel though, in the video coming up. So just stay tuned. 2024 fundraiser, you guys have been amazing. 5,277 raised. I cannot tell you how amazing that is, that this community can come together and fund its, I don't want to say its own media, but like really just fund what it likes, whether that's a Kickstarter, whether that's, a campaign or a creator or a person on YouTube, whether it's me or even somebody else. The fact that this community can drive that itself. It doesn't need the big business money, doesn't need all that. Instead, you guys are in control about the content you guys can get, whether it's a game, whether it's a YouTube video. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. Thank you so very much. Of course, I am going for that 8,000 goal. Again, that's kind of quasi based on a number that was thrown around for a Into the Unknown sponsorship that was kind of shopped around a little bit last year. I just wanted to kind of prove to myself, prove to, I guess, the world that if nothing else, you can get a community funding, and I think that's great. You guys have been amazing, of course. And again, at 9,000, we do, from Black Forge Games, get the really cool crown. And I am actually busy printing off the last few. And again, I know there's just a few of you guys left that got a crown and a coin that didn't get a prize from me. And those are coming out here real soon. So by the end of the month, those will be printed out and shipped, no problem. I added a Sun Drop, collectors all in for Lords of Ragnarok. There's the Dunes campaign that came out from Conan. There's ISS Vanguard, Earth's Under Siege Flashpoint, and Destiny. All those are new, and all thanks to GameWare Create for donating those to the community. Again, it's great that the community supports itself. And of course, my patrons. Guys, you guys are amazing, of course. Thank you so very much. Your guys' support is amazing. And I've been starting to do this First Thoughts series. My first thoughts on Dante are about to be posted here. I did the same thing for, obviously stuff I'm getting in, of course. But then, like, the Chronicles of Drunagor, that appeared here first. Singularity appeared here first. And so will the, just kind of, it allows me to kind of get my thoughts down, talk through things, makes the review better, of course. But that's where my first impressions of Dante will also be. The only other thing I want to say is I've been doing a lot of minis. So I built a lot of these guys from the Freebooters games. As you guys know, they're super cool. So put a lot of these on. I also started on my Adeptus Custodes. I know he looks really gold right now, but if you might recall, I shared these at one point. These started out all silver. So, like, they'll end up, I think, pretty cool. Hopefully. We'll see. Just kind of been doing a lot of hobby stuff and, of course, a lot of family stuff. But without further ado, I know that was a long intro. Welcome to 2024. Let's go ahead and get started. So, we have Monty Python and the Holy Grail board game. This is something I kind of showed off when it was first announced, and then maybe once a month afterwards. Again, throughout my news videos, I cover a lot of information. I don't want to just keep repeating the information over and over again to you guys, but it might always be, a newcomer, somebody's first, new information came out. Either way, I want to kind of divvy it out a little bit throughout. So now it's finally actually on BackerKit. This is BackerKit, by the way. Again, everything's going to be linked down in the description below, of course. And my big 2024 video is something I'm filming almost right after this. So, like, it'll be my next filmed video. I don't know when exactly it'll post, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't for that. Almost 3,000 backers, 27 days left, 159,000 raised, which I think is very, very good for a BackerKit campaign, for, like Dynamite Entertainment doing this. I think that's awesome. There's one contentious point around shipping, but let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see, it kind of has, it has art that reminds me of a lot of Monty Python stuff, not necessarily specifically, the Search for the Holy Grail, but, for just in general Monty Python stuff. They did a lot of the cartoonish kind of stuff like this, and they do have screen grabs, so FYI, that's definitely something that's there. There's a lot on the gameplay. Of course, you can move stuff around and go and do different things. As you can see, right, there's it, the knee, so that's kind of fun. There's a lot of these little mechanics like this you can do, so it's very, I think, trying to be thematic, like, again, the catapult, stuff like that. Seems kind of nifty. The shipping, though, guys, look at this shipping table, and you let me know in the comments what you think might be wrong with this. I think there's some subsidizing going on. As somebody that lives in the United States, I see nothing wrong with this. But my goodness, $50 for UK and Europe, that is wild, especially considering where Monty Python comes from, right? I mean, like, it's crazy that it jumped from $7 to $49 between the US and the EU. And not only that, but like Canada, which is normally like one of the more expensive ones, is actually the second cheapest here. Not that that's saying a lot at $38, but very, very, very interesting to see a shipping table like this. I don't know what to say. That's wild. That's crazy. So, they still raised almost 200,000, even just based on that. I imagine, I don't know if the community tab will show us. Let's see what BackerKit has. No. So I was hoping to see if, I don't know, like they had like a divvying of like who's backing from where, like, Kickstarter has, but nope, they don't. Either way, I imagine most of them are from the US because that shipping is crazy. Next up, we also have Omerta, the Five Families. This is kind of fun. I like this theme a lot. I'm a big fan of the movie, The Untouchables, of course. Just a classic movie. Love it. I watch it all the time. Yearly watch it. Multiple times a year, actually, often. So definitely one of my favorites. The Scarface 1920, of course, came out, and now we have Omerta, the Five Families, fight for control and dominion over the gritty underworld of the 20th century New York City. So this is New York City, which is kind of fun. Often they do a Chicago thing, and that's front and center with the Statue of Liberty here and stuff like that. So it looks to play quite a bit differently than a lot of these other ones that I've seen, so that's really cool. When it just comes to the overall gameplay and what you're doing, a lot of it is still, of course, just like turf and, like not necessarily area control. I know they say control territories, but there's a lot, of course, as well here going on. But it's typically the city map, right? And you're going through and doing the city map, and then you can, either control territories or not, but then also do a whole host of other things that are thematic as well. So that's pretty cool. I still think it's awesome. A standard edition of $50 I think is great. As you can see, it's all like standees and stuff. Helps drive down costs for that, which is really well. If you look at like the backing here, the deluxe edition is $95, and that's really it. So less than $100, and you get the one with actual like miniatures and stuff like that, which is, I think, pretty darn good deal. I like the brass knuckles, by the way. That's kind of fun. So it's everything that you normally get, but then you get the Godfather miniatures, you get the Street Boss miniatures, you get the business building miniatures, and then you get the Capos, I think I'm saying that right, miniatures. And again, they're all just different colors, so it's really just a few, and this is why they're able to offer it as cheap as they are. It's really just like 4 sculpts, right? Just colored in different plastics, but still pretty cool. Buildings actually seem fairly large, which is kind of nice. And of course, they're doing all sorts of stretch goals and stuff like that too. 14 days left to go on that. Forgot to mention on the Monty Python one that it has 27 days to go, so still quite a bit of time there. Okay, moving on from that, we have the Support the Dice Tower 2020. And moving on from that, we have the Support the Dice Tower 2024 campaign. I think it's a perfect time for them to launch. It's right here really early on where there's, not a whole lot else kind of, vying for their attention here in the crowdfunding space. Still 21 days to go. So they're going until like mid-February, I would say. I guess really early February, really is what that is. Over 3,000 backers, which is great. 247,000 raised from 3,000 backers, which is pretty darn high of funding there. So I think that's great. You guys know their main deal. If you don't know who the Dice Tower are, feel free to check them out. Of course, they do a ton for the board gaming space, especially here on YouTube, but a whole bunch of other stuff too. Now they have a lot of really fun stuff where you can get all sorts of different, just niceties, doodads and stuff like that, but also a lot of like promos and stuff that they typically do. So it's not just, $20 for a set of RPG dice or something like that, but instead, if you look up here, you'll actually see stuff like a custom video or a birthday card or just really fun stuff like that, which is cool. And as you can see, I have a ton of sponsors, which is super cool to see. That's great and awesome to see them supporting the community here. And here's a lot of those like promo packs that you can get, right? So like for instance, Scarface 1920, I just mentioned that. They're going to have a promo there. The artwork isn't ready yet, but it will be. It's typically Dice Tower themed, either your favorite content creator or just Dice Tower in general. Sometimes it's just unrelated almost at all. Either way, very cool that they do that. And as you can see, you can support them over there. So again, everything's linked down below. I do want to definitely give them a shout out. I think it's great that they're so community driven, that it's not just their Kickstarter previews, or not just, their like for-profit stuff that they do on some instances. Instead, a lot of it is just the community giving and supporting what they consume. I think that's cool. Okay, next up, this is a 3D print. It's the only one here, so if you don't like it, don't worry about it. Or if you can't do it, don't worry about it. But you might just want to grab this STL and get somebody to print it for you, or just go through one of the merchants here as well. This thing is incredible, and if you play RPGs at all, this will be so thematic for you. It's amazing. 182 backers, 13,000 raised, 22 days to go. Not bad for something that cost $55 to actually buy. And again, just incredible. The layers here are so cool. There's so many different things you can do. As you can see, this is a 28mm mini, so that's about how big it is. It's big. It's big. You wouldn't necessarily have it all set up at once, that's for sure, but it is pretty modular, of course. What I love is like underneath, see, you can just do that part, not even do the underneath part. The underneath part is like all these like dungeons and stuff like that, which are cool. And there, again, you can do it in different ways. So there's a lot you can do here. That's just incredible. It's a super cool, the magnetic bridge that you can put together and stuff. I'm going to go over to the dungeons because I think they did such a great job on that. But I could see a whole session just taking place in like the courtyard in one building or in one of the towers and some of the gates and stuff like that. You could really just like be in this thing for so long. It's incredible. It really is cool. All the doors work, of course, and stuff like that. It looks like it prints out great. I just really wanted to show you guys the dungeon stuff. It's towards the bottom, but it is pretty darn cool, I think. So underneath that, as you can see, you can have actual like stairs going down there. You can also have the stairs down to the dungeons here. And again, different ways of doing this. You can even do it without the floor or without the walls, which I'll show. So there's the stairs going down, and as you can see, you can kind of get down there or enter in from the bottom and stuff like that. They have like the carnivorous gardens where you have several different options. You can just place that there to have the gardens there. You can have a dragon down there. They show that as well. Here you can see what it might look like. They have LEDs, by the way, and stuff like that, or places for LEDs where it doesn't even have the walls, right? But you could put a giant octopus down there or a dragon sleeping down there, and it's a dragon's lair down there and stuff like that. Just really, really cool stuff. So anyway, I thought that was incredible. I know if you do 3D print, this is for FDM printing, of course. It looks amazing, amazing. Very impressed. Okay, moving on from that, we have a few previews going. This is for the Archon Studio. They're having their Dungeons and Lasers caverns, I think is the word they finally settled. Not finally settled, but it was kind of, wasn't sure, but I think they're still doing that. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. Some of that is some really cool minis. I showed the art of this a long time ago, and now you can actually see the miniature itself actually getting painted. Incredibly cool. So it's not just terrain, of course. There's more stuff coming out from them. Looks incredible, but definitely the terrain that comes pre-painted even now. Super awesome. I'll share more of that as soon as I can, of course. Master of the Universe by Conan is coming out on GameFound. It sounds weird, but I think one of the reasons it's on GameFound is because they can try it out, which I think they're interested in. But also because it is pretty much a straight reprint. I don't believe there's anything new here, and Kickstarter does require you to make something new, even for a second printing. So this allows them to just be able to reprint it normal. The big thing here, again, it's coming out on Tuesday, so very, very soon, on the 16th here, is the fact that it now ships worldwide. So now everybody can get this. I know you guys are going to be really excited about this. The He-Man stuff's really, really fun. Again, me personally, I wish it was a lot more colorful than it was. I did like Archon's use of color. The art, obviously, is always colorful. But the UI design and stuff like that, I felt wasn't necessarily, as you can see, it's actually kind of dreary back there, right? And a little dreary there. So that was my kind of personal preference. That has nothing to do with the gameplay, just kind of visual appeal. You know, when you're looking at these Kickstarters, often that's a big deal. That means that visual appeal, they have the giant, of course, tower as well. That's obviously going to be extremely popular yet again. Now, we also have Conan coming out. Monolith is coming out also on Tuesday the 16th. This is incredible. This is 227 miniatures for €99. 2 huge boxes. I have these boxes. They are amazing. The amount of content and fun and joy you can get out of this is insane. It's been almost 10 years since Conan came out. It's still a great system. It's actually what I'm going to be playing later today. So I'm going to have game night with some buddies. Actually going to a game store to do it. And it's going to be super duper cool, of course, because I'm going to introduce Conan to some people. Plays great. Definitely recommended. Great game. But it's because of the 10 years and because of this King Pledge specifically, right, with all of these other minis and stuff like that, there's a lot of free scenarios that you can download afterwards. So after you buy this and just have even more content, it is truly crazy how much content you get in this. It's amazing. But they also have all the new stuff for €139, and that gets you the giant dragon as well, which looks cool. This guy looks super sweet as well. A lot of cool minis here. This art is some of the best Conan art I've seen in a long, long time. I think it looks amazing. Love that. So this is everything new. This is the skirmish. This is the red nails. This is everything. 140, not too bad. And again, you get some really cool stuff as well. Of course, there's a lot more than just the minis, but of course, those are on highlight. Now, lastly, here is what's coming up in 2024 for Monolith, and a little tease for what I'm going to be showing when it comes to the big video. There's going to be a big 2024 video coming out. I know I've been saying that a while. I've been working hard on making it a really good list for you guys. It will not be everything, but it'll be a good highlight, a good variety of things, and there's going to be a lot of fun to be had there. As you know, they bought Solomon Kane. It's great to see Solomon Kane on here. As you know, Conan, I just showed you that. That's coming out. This one, I think you guys all know too. It's Mythic Battles, not Pantheon, but the Egypt, essentially. And then this one right here, I want your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think this is? Let me know in the comments below. And let's see if you're right or not. What is this one representing? So we got Solomon Kane, we got Conan, we got Mythic Battles, Egypt. What about that one? Let me know, of course, in the comments below. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is so fun to hit 2024 with a good video. If you recall, the first video I made in 2023 just had like a disaster printed on it. It was not a good start to 2023. There was a lot of turmoil there. I was there with you every step of the way. At least I tried to be as much as possible to keep you guys informed, to keep you guys making good decisions with your money, or at least good decisions for you when it comes to your money, which is all we can hope for, of course. 2024, though, starting off a lot better. Really pumped about that. Again, not a whole lot on right now, but definitely some big names coming up, and it's just going to keep going after that. So, guys, thank you so much. Again, all the links down below. There's that Fundraiser, Patreon, the Into the AM, of course, huge shout out to them, and, of course, all the links to the campaigns and more. So, feel free to check all those out down in the description below. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye, guys.